Welcome to Poppers and Popcorn, the podcast that puts all the colors of the rainbow into movies. John's just giving me a little look, or he's already giving me a look. What's the look for?
I'm just interested that this is how we're always starting. Okay.
This is how I'll change it at some point.
It's fine.
I like it.
I'm Josh.
I'm Matt.
And this is what's up.
How was your week?
It was good. I've had a really good week. It's an interesting week.
Yeah.
It's been like a really it's a very film heavy week. I think I've seen like 12 movies this week.
Oh wow.
I've been in theaters twice. I was in theaters twice this week.
What's everything you saw?
Let me see. I saw The Little Hours. That's on Amazon. Saved is on Amazon. They took it off of Netflix, but it's on Amazon. I watched Comet again this week because I'm a crazy person.
Oh my god.
Well, it's also because so one of the things when you're writing a screenplay is movies that inspire your screenplay, you kind of have to study them. So I watched it not from I love this movie, but more from I have to study it viewpoint.
Okay.
So I was kind of studying the color palettes between each instance and how they're different from each one. So I was watching literally for color, not even for the story. So a lot of it was me pausing and writing down colors and times.
Oh.
And if there's shift in color, shift in tone, camera movements and things like that, so there was that. What else did I watch this week? I watched a bunch of things. Young Adult, I watched that. So Hulu has a whole section for James Bond films.
Oh, I just saw that they just got thrown on there.
Or
Amazon.
I watched it's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Yeah, Hulu. I watched a couple of those. Hulu also has an 80s movies chunk and a 90s movie chunk and a bunch of independent films. So I've half watched a bunch of those. It's been a real. I haven't really watched a lot of TV this week. It's been a lot of movies.
That's good.
Last week I was watching a lot of TV series Netflix and stuff, but this week has been a lot of movies. How's your week?
It was good. It was fine. It was busy.
I remember you telling me you've been having a busy week. So
I'm having I've essentially created a life now that is I'm just busy 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I'm really tired. I'm just really tired. All the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry. No, I'm just kidding.
And it didn't help that Pokemon Let's Go came out this week.
I don't want to play it so badly.
It didn't help my case because I'm doing things and I'm trying to get my life together. I'm trying to write, but then I'm also loading up this Nintendo Switch in the living room. And,
okay, so beyond all the Pokemon and movies and stuff, what was the gayest thing that happened to you this week?
The gayest thing that happened to me this week is Queen. Miss Mariah Carey has dropped an album.
She did.
She dropped Caution, and let me tell you. Let me tell you a thing or four. Mm-hmm. Caution is that bitch. Okay, it is 10 songs. It's 10 songs, and they're powerhouse. Each one is really good. We're not gonna lie. This isn't the Mariah of 89 who can hit the whistle register on cue or whatever. But a lot of the thing about the last couple of years is that Mariah Carey's been the butt of the joke, where it's she's lost her talent, she can't do this anymore. But what
joke has she been the butt of?
Well, because those New Year's performances,
that was hysterical. She
and,
got points for
people
that.
Saying at her concerts she's being carried around and all she does is lip sync and things like that. People were kind of saying that, and they were all cultured, uncultured swine who were saying it. I don't even know I was listening to these people. These are the people who pronounce the L in salmon. Anyway. Her album is it's one of her best ones in years.
Really?
Easily. Caution is one of her best albums in years. You can tell for a fact that the production team behind it has a grasp of current day music, where music is currently, but still brings out Mariah Carey's strengths because her low register is just as good as her high register, and she goes low in a lot of these songs and it's fucking great. There's this one song called Giving Me Life, and it's been giving me life.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
No, as far as all the pop divas go, Mariah's never been one that I've stand.
Really?
Yeah, I love, All I Want for Christmas Is You. But no, I'm more of a Gaga person.
I'm a huge Gaga, I'm a huge Gaga person. 100%. I've been a huge Gaga person since 2008. I remember I had a stomach problem, and my brother and my cousin's girlfriend at the time. My cousin was visiting from Ohio. He ended up moving here, but he's visiting from Ohio. Him and his girlfriend, we went to Ruby Tuesdays in Times Square. I had this stomach issue, and I remember having to get a salad because I think I ate too much starch.
What does this have to do with Lady Gaga?
I'm going to tell you right now. On the drive home, my cousin had just got his girlfriend the Fame CD as a gift for her birthday.
Classic.
And Love Game came on. Like, that was the first song there because I guess they had listened to Just Dance and then Love Game was number 2. And
Gaga's first
I
gay
remember
anthem.
hearing Love Game and going, who is this? I need everything done by her. And I remember I went home that night. I was like up to like 4 a.m, like researching like old performances she did in clubs and things like that. Like, I'm the person who like sings like songs like Future Love and like Dirty Ice Cream. Like, I love that bitch. But like Mariah Carey's another person who like through and through and through I would take a bullet for.
Oh wow. I don't think I would take a bullet.
If I was in the room with Mariah Carey and someone put a gun to her, I would jump in front of that bullet immediately because I'm like, she deserves life more than me.
Wow.
What have I done? What have I done? A couple of shitty movies and like did some time at film school. Mariah Carey's changed the world.
That's true.
What's the gayest thing that's happened to you?
So I was out on Friday night. And this guy like sort of picked me up or whatever, and we went back to his apartment. And
he picked you up while you were out, or
he picked me up, like.
Oh,
yeah.
Like you saw a guy.
Like I got picked up, you know.
I think that there's like, it's not like a cultural issue, but like picked up to me is always like I was out with some friends and then someone pulled up with a vehicle.
No,
and picked me up.
No,
from where I was,
like
a parent picking up a child from soccer practice.
That's not what this was.
Okay, I see that
he
now.
Like picked me up, like we were making eyes. Picked up is like.
No, I get what it means. It was just I was listening. I was bringing in a different definition, and that's why I was like, I thought it was like
your
you
definition
were
was
out.
Wrong.
I thought you were out, and then like you got on Grindr, and some guy was like, "Oh, okay, I'm on my way," and like he stood outside the bar. Then you came out the bar. And then,
imagine like a combined Grindr and Uber service.
That'd be the worst.
I don't know what you're talking about. That would be the best thing that had ever happened.
The reason why that would be awful is because there'd be like a bunch of drunk gays vomiting in vehicles while dudes are trying to jam themselves into them.
Yes.
That's horrible.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's disgusting.
But anyway, so we went back to his apartment and like mid fucking, he's like, oh, not like with a thrust, but like he was like, oh, by the way, I have a boyfriend, just so you know. I was like, are you kidding? Why am I here? Why did you like I'm fine with open relationships, but like why did you like lead with it? I was so mad. Why
would he tell you that during sex? That's an interesting thing to bring up during sex. I feel like during sex, like I don't know. I don't
actually. You know why? Because like he was
during sex.
It's
just interesting when people do that.
He was like too drunk and like couldn't like stay hard, so he was like, I was like, well, let's just fuck in the morning. He was like, oh, I have a boyfriend, so you probably. Like,
that was his
like,
way of saying,
kidding?
how about you get the fuck out? Song number
rude.
1 on Caution is "Get the Fuck Out" by Mariah Carey. Stream it on iTunes. After you listen to this podcast, go listen to Caution on Apple Music. No, but. Wow, that's interesting.
It was very annoying.
Yeah, that sucks.
I was mad.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. Like I'm not mad.
I don't think you should be. But that's so funny. That's hilarious. Well, you had fun last night, so it's fine.
I don't know what happened last night.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your news item?
So this week has been like a wild news week.
Yeah, Josh and I like collectively talked. We record on Sundays generally before we release on Tuesdays, and like we talked. I think on Monday, like 3 major news stories happened. So we're trying to figure out what to do.
There's so much news to talk about. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just the Spirit Award nominations.
Indie Spirits?
Indie Spirits, which is basically just the Oscars for independent film.
Sort of.
I mean, they do it the day before the Oscars in a little tent. This year's the day
in a little tent.
It's in a little
That's so
tent.
Sad. It's so true.
It's like in a little tent at like I don't know, like in front of like a Del Taco. They pitch a tent. Like 95 people show up. It's bring your own chair, and they award the movies that had no money.
And we're also like better than most of the Oscar fare usually.
TBH, honestly, but truly, it's very true. So it's what's interesting about this. So this year, I was like, so Friday morning when the nominations dropped, I was like, oh shit.
Why?
Well, just because I was excited.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A lot of things right now are getting like recognition that I didn't think would, and that I sort of forgot about. Well, the first thing I want to talk about, hold on. Let me see the nomination. Best First Screenplay. Corey Finley, it's Thoroughbreds.
Oh, I didn't like that movie.
You didn't like Thoroughbreds?
No.
I thought Thoroughbreds was like a really great film.
I didn't.
I think that like... So, from a creative standpoint, when it came to Thoroughbred, most of those shots are gorgeous. I think that
it's pretty.
I think the movie was well acted. I think that the problem that it dealt with was because of Anton's death.
Yeah.
In real life, they had to cut out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That he was in, because I feel like a lot of
That's
what
true.
that movie was him getting the shit end of the stick.
Yeah.
And when a dude tragically dies, you don't want to release a movie almost immediately with a movie about that guy being treated like garbage, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I think that Thoroughbreds was a very well done film. I think that it ended great. It bookended very well as well, and I think that like it was one of those movies that like it wasn't long and it didn't feel long.
Thank God it wasn't long.
And it was like for me it was a fun ride through. Like I'm not saying like it's like the magnus opus of movie, but
no.
I think that it was a very well done film, and I'm very happy that like it's getting the recognition it deserves. I don't think Bo Burnham's 8th grade should be there.
What? What do you mean?
I don't think
it's great.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, it's not. It's great.
No.
Well, you don't like 8th grade?
Nope.
Why
like
not?
It. Wasn't a fan.
But why?
It didn't stick with me.
What didn't?
Halfway through the movie, I wanted it to be done, and it wasn't, and I was just upset.
Oh, you like just broke me a little.
Where did I even see 8th grade? What theater was I in? I feel like I had a weird theater experience when I was in 8th grade. Also, I think there was just like a really weird person in there.
8th grade is like maybe.
Oh my God,
it's gonna be in my top 3 for the year, unless it's a great movie.
So that's what we'll do for our like New Year's episode.
Yeah,
we'll do like the top
10.
3.
No, 10.
Bitch, that's gonna be so long. 10. Fine,
Well,
if we do 10, we're gonna
movie.
like rapid fire it.
Yeah, we won't review a movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we not gonna review a movie? Because a bunch is coming out, and just
No, I know.
Vice is coming out on Christmas.
No, I know. We'll do a Vice episode. Then we'll do a top 10 episode. All right, maybe we'll have to.
We'll have a double. So we'll do 2.
That episode's gonna be like 5 years long.
We can upload 2 episodes back to back. We're acting
That's
like we
fair.
can't record, stop, then record again.
That's true.
Okay. I know you were happy about Madeline's Madeline.
Josh, you have no idea how happy
For
I
best
was about
cinematography.
Best cinematography. Well, and best actress.
I'm surprised Suspiria is up for best cinematography also.
Why? It was I mean, if you're gonna reward something from Suspiria, it's probably like Tilda Swinton or the cinematography.
I was thinking art direction and Tilda Swinton. I wasn't thinking cinematography.
I love the cinematography. That was gorgeous.
I'm also surprised that mid-90s isn't really up here.
I actually didn't see that.
Mid-90s wasn't like amazing, but everyone has a boner for it in the industry right now.
I've noticed that, and like
there's like this huge boner for it. Like Jonah Hill is on covers, and you almost never see the director on a cover. Like,
well, it's Jonah Hill,
but not more than that. I mean, when you think about it, Bradley Cooper wasn't on the cover for Things for a Star Is Born. He was very big in press, but he wasn't on covers of things. Like people
I want to say he and Gaga had a Entertainment Weekly cover.
They had but Entertainment Weekly's different. Like, but they remember he also acted in it.
Well, yeah.
So they put the leads of the show, like the leads of the movie, in it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Like remember they weren't asking him questions about the direction of the film and the way that they're talking to Jonah Hill.
That's
like
true.
I think that mid-90s there's such like this big boner for the movie, and I think that like they only got 1 nomination, maybe 2.
I think it's a big man boner.
It got best editing. It got for best editing, and I think that's all I'm seeing here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not upset, but whatever.
I mean, I'm just happy that If Beale Street Could Talk is doing well with it. I can't wait till that comes out.
I can't wait to see that. So it came on for my trailer. It was one of the trailers that I've seen a couple times.
Trailer
but like,
makes me like cry.
The trailer came on, and it's really funny you say that.
Yeah.
The trailer came on right before Widows, and so the thing is, whenever I'm at a movie with like Drew, I don't know if he's like. You can tell what movies he's like really into in the movies that he's like, I'll pass on that. Like, you can go, because you know me, I'm gonna go see everything. But he's like, I'll pass on that. I'll pass on that. But if Beale Street Can Talk, like he was very engaged in the trailer.
The trailer is amazing.
I know, it's so beautiful, it's gorgeous, and like it's just a beautiful moment. But like he was super engaged, and like that made me like extremely happy.
Aw.
Yeah, so I'm really happy that like, that's a movie like he's excited for, and that's cool.
I loved that movie so much. I saw it. I actually got to see it. I had the very, very high pleasure of getting to see it at the Apollo screening that they did for New York Film Festival, where like Barry Jenkins and the whole cast introduced it. I really love that movie. Moonlight. I mean, I think we brought up Moonlight every episode, but
I think so.
Moonlight is amazing. And if Beale Street Could Talk, I wouldn't say it quite hits that high, but I mean, it's close. Okay.
I think that's it for the indie spirits.
Yeah, fair enough. They were good. Madeline's Madeline made me happy. 8th Grade made me happy. Beale Street made me happy.
The movies that like you expected to be there were there.
Yeah, but even so, a lot of those movies aren't being talked about in like the Oscar race.
Actually, this Oscar race is weird.
It's very like studio heavy.
I've heard that
Widows
Black Panther,
and Black Panther
might be going in for Best Picture.
It'll probably sneak in there.
That's fucking cool, but
it's cool.
It's
I don't
also
think it's
really
Best
funny
Picture,
because remember the whole thing. So the thing with the Populist Award, they were saying like, they were like, will Black Panther's Best Picture nomination break the Populist Award before it even starts?
Probably. I would hope. I don't think that the Academy should ever do that.
I don't think
Best popular film.
I can see why. I can see why it's an insult, but I can see why.
Do they really think that one category is going to get like more viewers?
Yeah.
That's idiotic thinking.
But I think Black Panther going to the Oscars is going to give it. I think
Black Panther is going to be a
they're
huge.
They're going to have a really good turnout. I think.
Well, we'll see how many nominations.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay.
I think its best chances, frankly, are best costumes. But I hope it's in there. I mean, best director it could get into.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll have like an Oscar nominations episode. We're gonna have an Oscar noms episode.
That'll be the loudest episode. I'll just be shouting into a pillow.
It's gonna be cool. Though.
I hate the Oscars.
Okay, so what's your news item?
Well, I wanted to just kind of like I wanted to. Speaking of Black Panther, I wanted to like just kind of bring up Stan Lee's death. It made me really sad. I think it made everyone really sad.
It was one of those deaths that really hit.
Yeah, it was one of those ones. Yeah, like there's been a couple celebrity deaths over the years that I've because you don't know these people, but like that like kind of hurt. Stan Lee was one of them. Carrie Fisher, oh my god, Carrie Fisher was another one. That one I like. I like kind of like sat and cried a little bit about Carrie Fisher, but Stanley. I mean, he's such a big influence on like where cinema is right now, in terms of like he essentially filled out what has become a subgenre.
He has.
Essentially.
He's one of the figureheads that has created a whole subgenre of film.
So yeah, I mean that was the big like sad news that happened this week. But it happened on the same day as the release of the Detective Pikachu trailer.
Yeah.
And Josh, Detective Pikachu is going to be amazing.
So, like 5 people sent me the trailer. I had already seen it. Like 5 people sent me it. Did you play? Well, okay. Before I even ask you a question, the thing about the Detective Pikachu trailer, I think, in my opinion, was just like. What was bizarre was like the reaction that people were giving seeing these Pokemon like live action, because like I guess like when you play the games or whatever, like you only see like a flat surface on these things, so you don't ever see textures and details to these Pokemon. And like the fact that like people are like, whoa, Pikachu is fuzzy, and like Charmander looks slimy, and Charizard has some hair on him, like Greninja's ugly and wet. Mr. Mime looks like a pedophile in a costume.
Mr. Mime looks horrifying.
Looks like a nightmare. Like it's so interesting. Have you ever played the Detective Pikachu game?
No. Has it ever been released in the US?
Yeah. It got released like in 2017.
I don't know. I don't have any Nintendo systems, which is a shame. I do really want to get a Switch, but
I played a little bit of it. Like
is it good?
I think I played a little bit of it.
Is it goofy? Looks probably really goofy.
It's goofy as fuck. So one of the funny things I want to bring up, because we're gay men talking about this, Pride magazine on Facebook posted an article like, is Detective Pikachu's voice too straight? And that's when I was like, it's a real slow week for you. I
read that.
I was like, it's a real slow week for you guys, huh?
But is it? Is Detective Pikachu's voice too straight?
I mean, they gave him a stereotypical film noir detective voice, and that's the voice they gave him in the video game. I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is not a stereotypical noir detective.
I mean, no, but like the approach he's taking it is very like
it sounds like Deadpool.
Well, yeah, I mean, because Ryan Reynolds, his voice is just Deadpool.
Like the way he, like the character sounds like Deadpool. But like, Pikachu sounds like Deadpool.
I don't know what they mean by too straight. I don't know. What did they want Pikachu to sound like? Because
it's just RuPaul as Pikachu.
But my thing is like when they cut to, remember there was that part in the trailer when the guy's like acting like, can you hear him? And like that girl's like, yeah, I can. Yeah. And they turned out it's like he's giving you that Pika Pika thing.
Pika Pika.
Yeah, and it sounds like Pikachu. In the anime. I think it's the same voice. I don't think that that's too straight. I'm sorry that this one boy here is Ryan Reynolds. Like I don't. Why would you post a whole article like, is his voice too straight? Like what the fuck does that even mean?
Well, I don't think the article wasn't like it was almost written as a joke.
I don't think so. Like I read the article and it felt very. Like I'm on a deadline and I gotta write about something, but I'm also mad about. You can tell this person was like mad about a breakup and was taking it out on this fucking trailer. Pikachu. Yeah,
I want to say the article like acknowledged that it looked really fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun movie.
Oh my god, the movie's gonna. It looks like it's. One of my friends brought it up yesterday. The way he phrased it was like, it looks like it's mashing together like 8 different genres. Which I agree with, and I don't care.
Yeah, and no.
I'm so ready for it.
I'm super excited about it only because, like, a Pokemon live-action movie is something that, like, people have been talking about, been in the work. Like, been in, like, the looming air for, like, I want to say, like, at least 5 years now. Yeah. Definitely more, but, like, at least, like, in the serious thought process, like, 5 years now.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've never really had, like, an outlet to do it because they're like, I'm not going to turn this whole video game into a fucking movie. Like,
well, I mean, it's also probably, like, incredibly expensive.
Because like, the one thing I don't want to watch, I don't want to watch a dude go get his 8 badges and go against the Pokemon League.
No, that's not what the movie
That's going to be a long
be.
fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see him pick a starter and like catch the. I don't want to fucking watch that. I want to watch an anime of that. I want to watch that in real life. I think that a live action Detective Pikachu is a fucking nightmare. It's going to be so excited. There's going to be terrified children. There's going to be creeped out adults. But it's going to be one of those like the trailer. Like the trailer looks amazing. Jigglypuff looks terrifying.
Have you seen on like gay Twitter that?
It looks like a twink that like in mid like that dyes their hair bleach blonde in mid crisis.
No, but that's hysterical. But no, like a lot of gay Twitter right now is like pairing memes of Detective Pikachu with memes of A Star Is Born, and it's kind of amazing.
There are people who are like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah. It's kind of amazing.
How?
There's the shot of Jigglypuff like frowning, and they like put it in the club that Lady Gaga sings at in the beginning, and then you just see Bradley Cooper just like smiling at it.
Oh my god!
It's like stuff like that. It's really really
That's
funny.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look those up.
You should. They're right up your alley.
Oh yeah, because memes are my business.
They are.
Okay, so this is gonna be our first ever double episode.
Yes.
We're DPing you guys.
Yes, we're double. So we're gonna review Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Which can we just do Fantastic Beasts first?
No, let's do.
I want to do the good one.
Well, okay, wait. Well, do we still want to rank all the Harry Potter movies like right after?
Oh, by Fantastic Beasts, I meant, do you want to do Crimes of Grindelwald first?
Yeah, let's do that one first.
I didn't see the first movie. I can't review the first movie.
You didn't see the first?
No, I didn't see the first fucking Fantastic Beasts.
Well, then how did you see this one?
Because let me tell you something. This movie wasn't hard to get.
Yeah, but whatever.
I understood the premise of the first one. It's a world-building movie. He sees animals. He's a weird guy, which, by the way... Is that an acting choice on Eddie Redmayne's part?
All right, so introduce Crimes of Grindelwald.
Okay. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is directed by David Yates, most known for
all the Harry Potter movies.
Exactly.
He did like
every Harry Potter movie.
No, he didn't do every Harry Potter
movie.
And
Tyrant. Oh, he did Tyrant? Okay.
David Yates
he did The Legend of Tarzan, that live action movie from 2016.
Yeah, he directed like Order of the Phoenix in the series.
Order of the Phoenix was a good one. That was like, actually my favorite one. Okay. It was written by J.K. Rowling,
which we will get to.
I want to actually start with that.
Yeah, let's just start.
You can tell for a fact that like the thing about J.K. Rowling is like she's meant to write books. She's not meant to write screenplays.
Yeah, you can really feel
you can
that
write a novelist. A screenwriter does not make, honestly. Yeah. Like, I think the thing is, like, she didn't have enough time to really create a world for this one. And also, I think that, like, they kind of sprung the premise of this movie on her. Because I think that, like, the thing about the Fantastic Beasts is supposed to be... Wasn't it, like, a movie based on, like... They created the movie from, like, a book scene in, like... Or mentioned in one of the books.
It's, well, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is the name of a textbook.
It's a textbook, exactly. Yeah. So these movies are based on like, the story of the textbook.
Not really.
Shouldn't the first one have been that? Was it that?
The first one was mostly like him collecting beasts with this subplot that like sort of involves Grindelwald.
That's stupid. So
well, no, you haven't seen it, so
I know
it's good. The first one's kind of good.
I'm saying like, wouldn't it have been cool just to have like a spin-off movie that like shows us more of the Wizarding World?
That's what these are supposed to do.
Yeah, well, this one didn't. The second one didn't.
No, I agree. It's really bad.
The second one's awful.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't get? That many Fantastic Beasts. I got 3.
Yeah, the first one has way more.
Yeah.
But okay, so no,
I wanted to see more.
The problem with the script for me was just that what you said. It felt like it was trying to hit so many little moments with so many different characters. Mm-hmm. Like J.K. Rowling's greatest strength in the books is small character moments.
Yeah. And I think those translate over very well in movies. I think that like J.K. Rowling is able to the thing about the Harry Potter mythos and lore is that like the reason why it transfers over to film so well, in my opinion, or at least potentially can, and like is, well, number one, it's because it has a very strong fandom behind it, but the reason why it has a strong fandom is from the legacy of the books. Yeah. Like, I think the issue with this is that this doesn't have a book to fall back on to defend. You get it?
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that like no matter what you say about the movies, like, because I think like Half-Blood Prince isn't that great of a movie.
I disagree. I love that one. That's one of my favorites of the.
That movie was rushed in comparison to the book. Like, it was rushed.
I disagree.
Oh,
totally. I think that one actually, I think, takes the most time to really sit with the tone and the characters.
Oh, so you've never seen Order of the Phoenix then?
Order of the Phoenix, that one felt rushed. That one jumps. I mean, yes, that one has a lot of great moments, but that one jumps from scene to scene.
3/4 of the book of Order of the Phoenix is Harry walking through hallways and whining. So I'm sorry that like you didn't get to see Daniel Radcliffe walking through hallways.
No. Order of the Phoenix is a collection of really great scenes that don't feel like they belong together. Yeah. Like all the scenes that are really good.
The book is
great. The book
I don't know. I just think that
let's not get into that.
But I just think that like the issue with like this one was just I don't know. It felt weird. Johnny Depp was doing like a thing.
I actually thought he was the best part of the movie.
Well, he was doing a thing where like he had a really nice English accent, but for some reason a lot of the words he pronounced were with a French one.
He is French, isn't he?
Here's the problem. Everyone pronounces his name German.
Yeah, this is true.
He has an English accent.
Well, no, some people.
But when he talks about humans, he calls them the non magique.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wait, girl. Where are we from?
It's really frustrating. But like people, some people in the movie say Grindelwald, some people say Grindelwald.
Yeah, well, Dumbledore, his ex-boyfriend is all like Grindelwald. I can't fight Grindelwald. Right. Okay, Jude Law I like Jude Law.
I like Jude Law a lot too.
I like him as a person. I like him as an actor.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's weird to me seeing a young Dumbledore. I don't care about him.
I mean, I just don't think the movie spent any time with him.
It tried to, but it did it wrong.
Well, no. It just my main issue with this movie is how little time it spends with. So this movie's cast is insane. When I was going up the escalator,
it's a huge. Yeah, you saw that poster.
I was just that
poster, right. Like with everyone looking in a line.
That's the thing.
That's a big one.
What I'm saying is when I was seeing this poster again after I had seen the movie, and I was like looking at all the characters in it, and I was like, who even are some of these people? There's a couple of characters who are on the poster that I'm like, didn't you have like 2 scenes? And like, there's so
that girl
many
that played
people.
Nagini didn't need to be there.
No, but I'm sure that like Nagini is probably going to be important or whatever in like movie 4 or whatever.
The reason why I don't think so, the only reason why Nagini's important is because it was Voldemort's Horcrux. I didn't care for her here.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like
I didn't care about that circus sequence.
No.
Here's one of the main problems that I had. What was his name with the C? Ezra Miller's character?
Credence.
Yeah, here's the problem with Credence. The problem with this movie is like the whole point of this movie is everyone's like trying to figure out who's Credence.
Right. That's part of the first one too.
I don't even remember who wanted to kill him and who didn't, but I know there was 2 very strong schools of thought apparently about kill him or don't kill him, and everyone was like, I'm not gonna kill him, and then everyone was whispering, I'm gonna kill him.
Right.
And it was like, okay, cool, and then it's like, how about we figure out who he is? And then, like, we had to go on a whole roundabout journey. Okay, here's what doesn't make sense. Lita Lestrange has a book for her family's genealogy at the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
Credence, the book is taken from the Ministry and brought to the rally. Okay. Credence is told, I will tell you everything you need to know about who you are is at the rally. Lita has a dead brother. Everyone's like, this could be... Like, it's supposed to be the rumor is this is Lita's brother. And then it's not?
Yeah, like...
He's just some random baby taken?
Well, there's the big twist at the end that reveals who, like, Credence actually
Dumbledore's brother.
Well,
anyway.
We should have put a spoiler warning.
It's
like a big spoiler.
Not really. Here's the thing.
Sorry. If anyone's listening to this who didn't see Fantastic Beasts and wanted to see it, now you know the last, like, 5 minutes of the movie.
Here's the thing. Halfway through the movie, you're not going to care.
No, I know. No, it's not a great
The way that they play this movie is, like, if there's going to be a big reveal in the last 5 minutes of a movie, you want to build up to it or give us something and then let us down hard enough that when that big twist happens, there's like a moment.
Right. It's not a moment. It doesn't feel like a moment in this.
It does not. It does.
But that's also because, I mean, this, like I was saying earlier, this movie just doesn't spend enough time with any single one character.
Yeah.
This movie, J.K. Rowling really wants to develop the entire ensemble, which is like, I feel like 16 fucking people. And in doing so, she just kind of doesn't really develop anyone. The two characters that I think did get serviced really well were Lita Lestrange and Grindelwald. Just because Grindelwald has the great performance from Johnny Depp behind it, I think. And Lita Lestrange, Zoe
Kravitz did a great fucking job.
She did.
I think Zoe Kravitz showed up and she was like, I'm going to make this money, but I'm going to prove why I deserve this money.
Right. And like the character was written, like the character actually had writing to her rather than like Newt Scamander. I mean, yeah, we spent the whole of movie one. We spent the whole of movie one with New and Catherine Waterston's character. I don't remember that character.
I know her name, Tina.
Right, Tina.
The reason why I kept calling her Tina is because throughout the movie, every time they said Tina, I was like, ooh, party and play. So, people, please don't do crystal meth. But that also shows how little of a relationship I have with these movies. Where like every time someone's name is said, I'm like, drugs.
No, but like, and we spent so much time with those characters in movie one, and like Catherine Waterston's character and Newt Scamander aren't like amazing characters to begin with. I do really like Kowalski, the Muggle that they
the chubby guy.
With. He's good. He's like if like Fantastic Beasts and like Harry Potter had like a Joey Tribbiani.
Yeah, I
love that.
I liked him. I liked him a lot. I remember seeing the Fantastic Beasts trailer and going, I like this guy. He's going to be because the thing is, he's supposed to be your ride-along character for you, an audience member who's a non-magique, in the words of Grindelwald. He's the ride-along character for you. Like, no one... Eddie Redmayne's performance is Newt. No one can ride along with that.
Well, it's also being carried over from the first one.
I mean, it was a choice.
What do you mean?
He made a choice, like an acting choice.
I really don't like
it. That was how you're going to act that character out? That's what you're... I
don't think he was given much more material in this. It's almost like... It's similar to like...
But like we were like, oh, he's also going to have a twitch. And then halfway through the movie, it's like, and now he limps. Okay, no, girl, I see what you're doing here. It's not good, but I see it.
Yeah. But no, it's just, like, Newt isn't that interesting of a character. They didn't really, like, they built him up relatively well in the first one, but, like, you don't really, like, he doesn't really change.
No, but that's, so here's the thing. So the thing about this movie, that there wasn't much character arc.
No.
And by much, I mean there wasn't any. No character went from one point to one point in the end, because, like, here's the thing about Newt.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a good arc.
Yeah,
and I was like, kind of like when they, spoiler warning, when they kill her off, I was like, oh, why did we just kill off this franchise's most interesting character?
Yeah,
I was
hold
so
on.
mad.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing. Okay, so almost no one had character arc, right? I was like, okay, so like in the beginning when like Dumbledore's like, hey yo, Newt, I need you to go to Paris. I can't go to Paris. I can't fight this dude for some reason.
Yeah.
And then immediately I was like, oh, y'all did a bond. Y'all did an unbreakable bond because that was I was like, oh, that's what y'all did. Oh, y'all did that. Like, if you know Harry Potter, you kind of just know these things.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can't move against. I'm like, oh, so that's what you did. That's wild.
Well, it wasn't an unbreakable bond. It was something with the blood.
Yeah, that's an unbreakable bond, girl.
No,
that's a promise you make.
Unbreakable vow is the thing that is like wrapped around.
Oh,
yeah.
I think they did that with blood, and then he just made a little pendant out of it.
But no, yeah, and that's another thing I want to talk about though. Does magic feel overpowered now?
Okay, so there wasn't enough magic in this movie that I think that every time they showed it, it needed to be a fucking spectacle.
There was so much magic, and it was enough. All insane. You know what this movie kind of reminded me of?
I miss the days when there was just green lights, white lights, blue lights, and red lights being shot at each other.
But no,
and each one did something different to you.
In terms of like what this franchise does in terms of special effects and like how powerful the magic goes, it reminds me of like what Jedi were suddenly able to do in like,
the prequels. Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of that because like you get to the prequels where like everyone can like force push and there's
this is
like,
the prequels of the Harry Potter saga.
Well, yeah, no, it is.
Except this movie was the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, the first one's good, so...
This one is the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I mean, the first one is almost, like, on the same level as, I would say, the first Hobbit movie, where it's kind of just, like, solid and it's fine, and there's nothing, like, great about it.
This would be the Desolation of Smaug, which is also
the Desolation of Smaug, I thought was great.
No, I'm thinking of Battle of Five Armies, which was bad.
That one was terrible, yeah.
That's what I'm... Desolation with Smaug was cool.
Yeah.
No, but this one was... Okay, so here's also the problem that I have, like, this idea of, like, this prequel culture. I think that the thing when it comes to the Harry Potter world is that, like, the spectacle of it isn't in films anymore.
Right.
The spectacle of Harry Potter is in things like Broadway, like Harry Potter World, and like people don't want to sit in a theater and watch this shit anymore, especially if it's like a whole new story. Why not? Well, I mean, if this whole
people
new
still
like
want to watch Star Wars. People want to watch every fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
Yeah, but I think that like there's so much more out there. For like the hardcore Harry Potter fans are the people who are going to see The Cursed Child on Broadway. Like they're seeing like they're going to like the facets of Harry Potter. Like people go to Harry Potter World and like drink butterbeer and shit. Yeah. Like seeing this movie is kind of a disappointment.
Well, I just think this series hasn't really sparked much excitement. I think there could still be room for Harry Potter on like the big screen. This is just not the story to tell.
I think it's cool that Harry Potter is moving to theater.
It is really cool. Have you seen Cursed Child?
No.
I did, and it's really, really awesome. I mean, I don't love the actual like story much itself, but the stuff they do on stage is remarkable.
So I ended with the Deathly Hallows, and I kept it there.
Okay.
Like, it felt like it concluded so well for me that I know for a fact I didn't want to go drudging up anything new. You know?
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
got my closure. We broke up. It was over.
Yeah.
And I was like fine with it.
I have had sort of a little breakup with Harry Potter. I don't know. I did really, really... I was a really big fan
as I look
of
at your Cursed Child book up there.
Yeah, I mean, I do have all the books and movies. But no, like, I do feel like the fandom kind of, like, ruined it for me.
After Goblet of Fire, it gets real... The books get real big.
Yeah.
Like, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and, like, Deathly Hallows are fucking huge.
They're all huge. Yeah. Goblet of Fire is like
Goblet of Fire was like, it's real quick. Cedric dead, and then Order of the Phoenix was like...
Goblet of Fire is like 700 pages. It looks just as big. We're looking at my Harry Potter books, of which I have the hardcovers of the last, like, 4.
Oh, Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay. You know what it is?
You mean. Yeah.
Prisoner of Azkaban wasn't that big. Prisoner of Azkaban's my favorite one. Anyway.
That's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do the ranking.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it was a thing. It was like a mess. It was... I don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just such a shame because like there's so much room for these movies to like work.
Yeah, and they don't.
And you haven't seen the first one.
And by they I mean this one. The thing about this one though is what I'm saying is like, what would have been cool about this movie is if it would have kind of stuck to like the premise of the first one, where pretty much it was like creating this outside world, because that's the thing that kind of keeps the wonder about things like this. It's like the thing about the Harry Potter movies itself is like, we know that there's a whole world and a lore out there, but we've been so confined to Hogwarts, and like, yes, we've had the outside things, we have to try wizard tournaments like that, but like for the most part we're confined to Hogwarts, that it would have been cool to really explore and drudge through this world. And like kind of like it would have been cool if like Fantastic Beasts would have taken like a Lord of the Rings approach to things, where like maybe this whole Grindelwald thing is like a very big looming subplot, but like Newt has a journey to get from point A to point B.
This is the first one. You just described the first Fantastic Beasts.
But I'm saying if we would have continued that, where like if it would have went through point A to point B, and point B would have been at the third movie or like the fourth movie, that would have been him getting to point B, kind of like
that's kind of what Harry
Frodo
Potter is.
taking the exactly, and
because Voldemort doesn't really come back into the picture until halfway through the series.
Yeah, and I think that would have been cool here, and like we could have kept this same twist here, but it could have came at the end of like movie 3 or something.
Then what the fuck would movie 2 have been?
Fantastic Beasts, more fun. Because I don't know, we could have like this movie could have been Lita Lestrange's movie, you know?
Kinda, honestly, yeah. No, it just seems like the way they're going about it, as far as developing this like quasi franchise is just really weird and it's really boring.
Yeah.
I mean, like what you said about the expansion of like the Harry Potter world. The first movie does that really well with like showing what the American wizarding community is, and it would have been really interesting if this movie had done that with like France.
With France.
And it just doesn't.
I thought it was going to. Like, when he was like, I need you to go to Paris. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah.
It just hops around from characters who are all, like, sort of looking for each other. Like, all throughout the movie, just hops around to different characters looking for each other.
Everyone's looking for someone, but every time they're looking for someone, that someone is, like, 35 feet away from them.
Right. And then,
like if only they had, like, Wizarding Grinder.
They need Wizarding Grinder.
I was like, just drop a pin. Like, when Queenie's, like, looking for Jack, but he's, like, around the fucking corner.
Yeah.
I was like... They gave you a wand?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to trust you with magic?
Just to touch on Queenie, they ruined her. She was one of the best characters in the first movie, and they really, really ruined her here. She was just
Did she have that, like, fake Harley Quinn accent?
No. Oh, yeah, she did it the first time.
Oh,
but
okay.
no, like, you just... The way she's reintroduced in this movie is that she's essentially taken away Kowalski's free will. And, like... It's just like that's such a thing that I don't feel like J.K. Rowling in the Harry Potter series would have like
she wouldn't have done that.
No, she wouldn't have done that because that's such a shitty thing to do.
Well, the thing about J.K. Rowling is that she keeps like this like they're powerful with their magic, but they're also ethical at their core.
Right, and Queenie got taken away from Queenie and seen in her first.
I guess it makes sense because then at the end, the choice she makes.
No, because you need to develop into that choice instead of just starting with.
I mean, you're right. I was just trying to help her out.
It was played for like a gag. It was played for humor instead of like actual character. No, it's a really bad moment in this movie that ruins one of the best.
I mean, so also one of the cool. So like there were some cool things. I think every Johnny Depp scene was a cool scene.
Yes, especially that last one.
Honestly,
not the last one. Sorry, the climax. Essentially.
Yeah. Okay. No. What was really cool was that one dude who was like in their posse. So this was one of the only things that was really set up well in the movie, in my opinion. The one dude who kept asking all the questions, and he was like, "Will you be here at the end? Will you, girl?" When
I don't know who you're talking about.
The guy who was like he was part of their crew.
Which crew? Like
Grindelwald's crew. No, he's one of the bad guys. And then he was talking about, like we have to go find Credence. Like, who's this Credence anyway? Like, what's he gonna do for us?
Yeah.
And he was like, Credence gonna bring a whole new world for us. But are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be there? And like, I thought he was like gonna kill him on the spot. I was like, oh, this is crazy. Then he kind of like walks away. And then like in later scenes, you see this dude, and I'm like, are you gonna be there? And then like the whole fire thing happens, and he burns up, and Grindelwald's looking at him like. Remember when I asked you if you were going to be there? It was because of this exact moment. Like, I knew what was going to happen, but did you know?
Yeah. No, I really liked Johnny Depp's approach. I mean, obviously, Johnny Depp is a scumbag.
Oh, 100%.
But, like, and he should not have been hired for this role in the first place.
Oh, well.
No, you don't hire scumbags. There are actors who could have done this as well.
Yeah, but I think he was probably, like, choice number 8. I think there's so much happening in the
Well, do you know the story about him in the first one?
No.
So Colin Farrell plays like the Polyjuice Potion version of Grindelwald for like that whole movie, and Colin Farrell is really, really good in the first Fantastic Beasts, and then it's revealed to be Johnny Depp in the end.
Oh.
So like, had they just like never had like Colin Farrell just like continued to be Grindelwald. like it would have. I mean, it would have been just as good, I think.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to watch the first one, but then it wasn't on Amazon or anywhere, and I was like, I'm
Fair
not
enough.
gonna pay $2.99
Might be
for
on like
this.
HBO or something.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna pay for this.
Yeah.
So,
Is there anything else you want to bring up with it?
No.
It's like the script is just like such a mess.
yeah, it's a very meh movie for me.
Yeah. How many huffs?
I'm gonna give it one. I'm gonna give
One
it one
half?
half. I'm gonna give it one half.
I'll give it 2 halves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it one, but the one thing I'm also gonna give
do a
it.
movie we like.
Huh?
One week we're gonna do a movie we like.
Yeah. Well, the movie coming up is a movie I think I like a lot. So.
Interesting. Okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that at the end of the day, I'll watch the third one.
I don't know. I might not.
I paid $17 for this one.
You don't have like AMC A-list or something?
I go to a Regal. I go to different theaters. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to get AMC A-list because I go
Why? There's like 15 AMCs in the city.
Because sometimes I go to a Regal, sometimes I go to the Angelica, sometimes I go to the Cinépolis. I like to go see different movies at different theaters.
If you had AMC A-list and you bought like one IMAX ticket a month, you would pay for it. If you went to one AMC showing. If you go to 2, you get like the...
Sometimes AMC doesn't have all the movies I want to see.
They get most of them. They get enough of them.
They don't have all of them.
As somebody who goes to the movies 2 or 3 times a week, AMC A-list is saving me so much money. Okay,
Here's the thing, though. I have a watch list until next year.
Okay.
And the thing is, AMC doesn't show everything on my watch list.
That's fine.
Okay.
They don't know.
Maybe I'd get AMC A-list if they asked for my watch list and I gave it to them.
Just they don't have to have every movie, but if they have like 2 movies a month, like you're saving money.
Well, you're right.
No, I don't. Like you can't talk. There's no logic to not having
You're
it.
100% correct.
Okay, so we're done with Fantastic Beasts.
Yes, we are finished with
Crimes of
Fantastic
Grindelwald.
Beasts.
Do we want to do a rapid fire timed ranking of the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah.
Let's give ourselves each 2 minutes.
Are we going to go from worst to best?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to give a description as to why with mine. I'm just going to rapid fire it.
You're going to rapid fire it.
Yeah, I'm going to rapid fire it.
Okay. Go ahead.
I said worst to best or best to worst?
Worst to best.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I haven't seen the other Fantastic Beasts movie, but I'm going to put this Grindelwald one at
10 or 9 for you, I guess.
At 9.
Yeah.
Let's do 8 because I haven't seen the other Fantastic Beasts movie and I don't know exactly where I'd put it. So I'm gonna do 8.
There's 10 movies total. And you
so
haven't seen
9.
one, so
you're right.
9. Yeah.
Bam. So we're going to throw Fantastic Beasts there.
Okay.
The one after that for me...
I'm going to time you. 2 minutes.
Okay. Here we go. And this doesn't mean that I think that these movies are bad. The one right after Fantastic Beasts for me is going to go Half-Blooded Prince. And then the one right after that is going to go Deathly Hallows 1.
Okay.
And then the one right after that is going to go Deathly Hallows 2.
Really?
Yeah. And then Order of the
Rankings.
Phoenix. And then...
You like all the David Yates ones the least?
Yeah. And then...
Wow. Oh my god.
And then... Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to switch Order of the Phoenix with Prisoner of Azkaban is what I'm going to do.
That's like... Oh my god, we're going to fight. Okay.
Maybe no. No. I'm forgetting Goblet of Fire. Goblet of Fire is going to go there. And then Order of the Phoenix. And
you're going to have to like restate this whole thing. I'm very confused.
Okay. Here we go. We're going to rapid fire it right now.
9.
Fantastic Beasts 2.
Yeah.
8 is Deathly Hallows Part 1. 7...
Different than what you said before.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because
8 is Half-Blood Prince. I keep forgetting that one even exists. 8 or 7. 9, 8, 7 is Deathly Hallows 2.
Wait, what happened to Deathly Hallows Part 1?
Yes. Okay, and then Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Is 6?
Is okay. I can't. This is so hard because there's 9 of them. Number 9 is gonna be...
You have 25 seconds.
Okay, number 9 is gonna be Fantastic Beasts 2. Number 8 is gonna be Half-Blood Prince. Number 7 is gonna be Deathly Hallows Part 1. Number 6 is gonna be Deathly Hallows Part 2. Okay. Number 5 is gonna be Goblet of Fire. Okay. Coming in my number 4 is gonna be Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay.
Coming in my number 3 is going to be Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay.
Coming in my number 2 is going to be Order of the Phoenix. And coming in my number 1 is going to be Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, wow. We're going to have very different rankings. You went 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I'm going to punish you somehow. I don't know how. Not really.
Oh my God, that was
You're
stressful. I can't.
Josh is sweating and he doesn't know, like, numbers.
I don't know my left from my right. Okay.
So I'm going to go. Okay, my number 10 is easily Crimes of Grindelwald's worst one. My number 9 would be Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's bad. Well, no, it's not bad. It's watchable. But it's definitely just like the weakest, I think, of the Harry Potter movies. It's also my least favorite of the books, too. Actually, wait, shit. No, my number 9 is Goblet of Fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
that movie's bad. Until like the last like 10 minutes where Ralph Fiennes comes in and just like owns. My number 8 is Chamber of Secrets. My number 7 is Deathly Hallows Part 1. This used to be my favorite one, but it just doesn't work as a movie. Like the first half is like insane. Like there's just like a lot of setup, and then the second half is like character work that's like kind of good. Mm-hmm. My number, what is that? 6?
6.
My number 6 is probably the first Fantastic Beasts, which I do like it a lot. I remember it sticking with me for a while 2 years ago when it came out. My number 5 is going to be Sorcerer's Stone. It's just lovely. It's just a lovely, magical little movie. My number 4... Right? That's where I'm at?
Yeah.
My number 4 is Order of the Phoenix. This is my favorite of the books. In the movie, I think, like I said in the review, it's just a collection of really, really good scenes that are not strung together very well. Essentially, every scene with Sirius Black and Gary Oldman is amazing. But my number 3 is going to be Half-Blood Prince. I don't know how you've slept on this one. It's amazing. It's one of the most beautiful like blockbusters, I think, style-wise, that I've seen in the last like 10 years probably. My number 2 is going to be Deathly Hallows Part 2. It just rocks. It's awesome. It's really, really tight, and it's really, really good and emotional. And my number 1, Alfonso Cuarón's Prisoner of Azkaban.
A Prisoner of Azkaban is a really good one.
It is. It's really, really good. I love that one so much.
Okay.
All right. So let's get to our Widows review.
Widows. I don't even remember who directed it.
Steve McQueen.
I know that. I know that. So we got Widows. Directed by Steve McQueen. Written by Gillian Flynn. It's the same thing. And Steve McQueen. And it's based on the book by Linda LaPlante. LaPlante.
What's the plot?
Okay. So, like...
What's the story?
There's, like, these 4 dudes or whatever, and they go to rob something, and then their truck gets blown up, and then this one guy's like, I want my money. So he goes to, like, one of the guy's wives, and is like, give me my money. I'm not going to really tell you a consequence if you don't, but it's implied I'll kill you. And then she finds some of the other wives and is like, I'm going to give him your name and numbers unless you help me get this money. And they don't really ever say no. They all kind of just go, I'm not equipped for this job. Cool beans. So then these women set out on a really not fun journey. And then one woman ropes her babysitter in to this life of crime. And then they're all like, all right, cool. I guess we're robbing stuff. And then there's a politics subplot, and the N-word is dropped by an old white guy, which is one of my favorite things in movies, is when, like, our racists are hardcore racists.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, thank you for not watering down racism.
Right, no.
Let's show it for what it is. So, like, we got an N-word drop in there, which was good. What's his name? That dude from Get Out?
Daniel Kaluuya.
He plays a real good sociopath.
Yeah, he does.
He did his thing.
He does. He's a
you
really
get to watch a guy in a wheelchair get his chair dropped. Like you get to watch him get dropped out of a chair. You get to watch his legs get stabbed and asked if he can feel it, which was fun. I was like, ooh, I bet he can. And then he gets stabbed in the shoulder. He's like, you can feel that. And I'm like, oh yeah, he can. Yeah. What'd you think?
I liked it kind of. my main thing...
You were excited for this one, too.
I was really, really excited for this.
You were excited for this one.
Yeah, I think I came away a little bit disappointed. My big issue with it was actually that I just felt like the direction was really... Steve McQueen's direction, I mean, was just, like, very, very drab. I just did not feel like...
Use it in a sentence. I mean, you just did, but I don't know what that word means.
Like, boring. Oh. Like flat.
Flat is a good word.
Like, I just didn't... It wasn't clear why he wanted to make... This movie is supposedly, like, a passion project for him.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And it just, like, wasn't clear why he wanted to make it, because, like, the direction just wasn't really there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, the script, I think, is there. The script is really good. And I think the performances, particularly Viola Davis and who plays the other lady?
Michelle Rodriguez?
No, not
the
her.
blonde one.
Yeah, the blonde one. I thought she was really good.
Her name is probably like...
It's somebody like famous.
Her name is Elizabeth Debicki?
Yes, Elizabeth Debicki. I thought she was great.
She was great.
Yeah, and like this movie, like parts of this movie feel a little bit like The Wire to me, in terms of how it's like really empathetic towards a lot of different people in terms of.
Well, one of the cool things is that an underlining theme in this movie was survival.
Yeah,
literally every single person is trying to survive something.
Right.
Colin Farrell's politician character is trying to survive in a world that he feels he doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the actor right now who played the politician, the main bad guy.
The other politician?
Yeah.
Brian Tyree Henry.
Him.
Yeah.
His character is trying to survive the world that he's currently in and try to evolve to a new one.
Right. Which I think is one of the smartest. Like, the
Daniel Kaluuya's character is just trying to survive, I guess, the depths of his dark-ass mind or something. I don't know.
No, but
and all these women are trying to survive. Like, everyone's trying to survive something. Colin Farrell's father, that character, he's trying to keep white supremacy alive. Like, he is. Like, the reason why he's in politics.
Robert Duvall.
Yeah, he's trying to keep white supremacy. Everyone's trying to keep something alive. Everyone's trying to survive.
This cast is also insane.
Cynthia Elvira, can we just talk about how great she is doing?
She is, yeah, she's
right
really
now.
Same with Carrie Coon.
She was a highlight for me for Bad Times in the El Royale. That was a movie I was very excited for. It wasn't amazing, but really, her and Dakota Johnson were in that whole cast. Her and Dakota Johnson were the good things.
I love Dakota Johnson.
I'm rooting for her.
Yeah, me too.
No, but like I think that like this movie was well acted on the women's parts.
Yes.
Michelle Rodriguez gave us her world famous Fast and the Furious acting, which was
so bad,
great,
but it's so entertaining.
Everything. I feel like every time she's acting, I feel like she's auditioning to play Batman.
That's a great way to describe it.
Because she's always just like, I got kids, man. I gotta do something. I don't know what I gotta do, but I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Family. I got a store. It's like she just says her lines and squints at the same time. Like, every time she says a line, she's squinting.
She does.
My husband's dead, man. I got kids. I don't know where to get a gun. She gave me one job and I can't do it. It's like, are you Tony Danza? It's not a good performance, but it's a great performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't hate it.
Like, Michelle Rodriguez is somebody that I just, like, I really like her, like, in general, but, like, she's not that good of an actress.
She's not good at all. She's not a good one. Cynthia Elvira, though, is great. Deadbeat mother,
she barely gets any screen time.
First of all, that bitch I didn't know she could run. That bitch is an athlete. So when I saw, I hate to say that. I don't hate to say it. When I saw her in, like, Bad Times at the El Royale, I thought she was, like, a thickums. I thought she was a thick girl. But then I was like, because, like, the way that they... So costume designing is very important in the world. The way that they costume her in Bad Times at the El Royale, she looks 20 pounds heavier than she is.
Interesting.
In this movie, I look at her, and she's, like, a fucking athlete goddess. Like, she's great. Yeah. Honestly. She didn't get enough screen time, but I think she's great.
They bring her in like Act 3.
Yeah. Well, they bring her in Act 2.
Well, yeah, no. And she shows up a little bit here and there in the beginning of the movie. But like when she becomes central to the plot, like the movie's like
it's ending. Act 3. Yeah, the movie's ending. Debicki, what's her first name?
Elizabeth.
She's the only character, in my opinion, that got like a true arc.
Same. I agree.
The only one that got a true arc. She's getting the shit kicked out of her by her husband and by her mom. Yeah. She's dating a rich dude 2 weeks after her husband's dead, which is great. He starts treating her like shit. She says the line, "I refuse to be treated like shit," to Viola Davis, who slaps her. She slaps her back. And I was like, I remember I pointed, I was like, character arc. Because she's like, I'm no longer going to get beat up on. And it's funny because the movie ends with Viola Davis seeing her at a diner and going, "How are you?" As if like,
I love that.
I'm moving towards friendship. Like, this is the only person outside of this I'll be friends with.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. And I thought that was very beautiful. But like, she's the only one that really got a real character arc. All of her scenes to me were great. Apparently she knew how to shoot a gun well. Like, Michelle Rodriguez can't shoot for being in 5 Fast and the Furious movies, and she can't shoot a gun yet. Elizabeth Debicki has not ever shot a gun, and she's getting bullseyes, which is great. Yeah. Liam Neeson, why?
I
mean, I know why. He's a box office draw. We really like Liam Neeson. Have you seen Taken? Have you seen Taken?
I like Liam Neeson. I think he's done some good roles, like, within the last couple
Yeah,
years.
he's a cool guy.
Silence. He's
Aslan.
That's like... I mean, yeah, whatever. It's
he
like
was
he's
a really good lion.
But...
opposite Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton rocks in that movie.
Yeah. No, but, yeah, I mean, there's a twist in this movie that I think didn't need to be there.
Oh, what? You mean the big one?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Final spoiler alert. That.
So one of the titular widows isn't actually a widow when Liam Neeson shows back up mid-movie.
But he's fucking one of the dude's wives.
Right. Carrie Coon.
Oh, her?
Yeah,
that's her name?
Yeah.
The one with the short haircut and that ugly baby?
Yeah. Carrie Coon is like maybe the best working actress.
Out of that group?
Have you seen The Leftovers?
Viola Davis right now is killing it.
Have you seen The Leftovers?
Have you seen How to Get Away with Murder?
Yeah, a couple episodes.
Have you seen The Goddamn Help?
Have you seen The Leftovers?
Does Carrie Coon have an Oscar?
That doesn't matter.
Viola Davis has an Oscar for The Help.
Stanley Kubrick doesn't have an
Oscar. Have you seen Viola Davis snot cry?
No, it's amazing.
She can snot cry.
I'm not.
Does Carrie Coon take off her wigs for TV? Viola Davis takes off her wigs for TV.
Have you seen The Leftovers?
Have you seen Viola Davis without makeup?
Have you seen The Leftovers?
Because that is scary.
Have you, Josh?
That's real acting.
Josh, have you seen The Leftovers?
I've not.
Okay.
But you're only saying one thing, and I've said about 40.
I mean, if you've seen The Leftovers,
26 of which were on one TV show.
If you've seen The Leftovers, you know.
I'm sorry, but Viola. I mean, this woman also got like 2 scenes.
Yeah, no, that's fair. No, she's not. She's underused in this, but she's
Viola Davis.
Carrie Coon, I mean, is underused in this.
I mean, I'm saying Viola Davis is definitely the winner of this one, but okay.
Of this movie, yes.
Of this argument
of life, Carrie Coon. Sorry, she's
how
really, really good.
So is Viola Davis.
No, I agree. But Carrie Coon's like better.
I don't think so.
You have to watch Leftovers. I mean,
how much have you seen Viola Davis in?
Like I've probably seen most of the major movies she's done within the last.
Have you seen
years.
Fences?
Yeah. Oh my god, she's amazing in Fences.
Fucking killer in Fences.
Look, I'm not saying Viola Davis is bad.
Viola Davis shows up to set with a chainsaw and is like, "I'm gonna murder all of you."
No, Viola Davis is amazing. I'm not arguing that, but like.
She was even good in Suicide Squad, and no one was good in Suicide Squad.
Margot Robbie was too. But yeah, no, Margot Robbie is good in. Josh gave me a really weird look.
Margot Robbie was good if like the person she was competing with for the role was like a cashier at Hot Topic.
That's the film's fault, not hers.
I know.
But okay, and anyway, beyond Viola Davis versus Carrie Coon, which is not the argument that I was trying to have, but
I know. Also seems like a racial one would be both of us picking a champion of our same color. Anyway,
I mean, if you really, like, there's a scene in The Leftovers where Carrie Coon and Regina King are playing opposite each other, and it's probably the best scene of acting I've ever seen. In terms of both of them.
Have you seen that scene from Scandal where like Viola Davis and Kerry Washington play opposite each other?
Isn't that like season 7 of Scandal or something?
Yeah, it is.
I did not watch Scandal.
Well, let me tell you something. If you want to see a good scene,
I'm not a Shonda Rhimes person.
Yeah, I am. But no, that was a good one. No, I mean, they're both great. They're both good. Here's the thing about this movie. It's like fun-ish to watch. Like, it's not like...
It's so weird.
It's not going to be like 12 Years a Slave where it's going to be super renowned.
I liked 12 Years a Slave more.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This movie's not going to be renowned for anything. This movie isn't going to any, like, award.
That's not true. It's getting a lot of hype for Oscars.
For what?
What do you mean? Like, director, picture? Davis?
Director?
Yeah.
This
movie...
They think he did an Oscar-worthy job here?
I mean, the reviews for this movie have been, like, really, really high. We're on the low end of, like, liking it.
They think he did an Oscar-worthy... They think he did an Oscar... You know what it is? It's just because the Academy likes Steve McQueen.
Yes, well, no,
he's a likable guy.
That's what the Academy Awards are. It's like...
I know, it's who you like. It's politics, 100%.
I fucking hate the Oscars, but, anyway... No, I agree. This movie, like, tries to be fun, kind of. And it just, like, I found myself bored. Like, I feel like with the amount of talent that was working on this and on screen throughout it.
This movie has a very interesting cast.
The cast is insane, because, like, everyone...
It has a very A cast and a very B cast at the same exact time.
Yes. Everyone who walks on screen, like, the first, like, 20 minutes of the movie is like, Robert Duvall's in this? Yeah. Carrie Coon's in this? Brian Tyree Henry's in... Like, I knew Viola Davis, I knew Michelle Rodriguez, I knew Elizabeth Debicki, I knew
Colin
Liam Neeson.
Farrell.
But, like, the amount of people who just, like...
I remember I was like, John Barenthal?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, the cast is truly insane.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just like, this movie... I don't think McQueen was able to decide whether he wanted to make, like, a really introspective, like, political and, like, racial drama, or if he wanted to make, like, a fun heist movie.
That's the thing.
And in trying to like, have a little bit of, like, have your cake and eat it too, I think the movie kind of, like,
the B story and the A story never converge correctly. With the B story being this politician story, and the A story being we have to get this money, like, let's go get this bread.
I agree.
But, like, the issue here is that, like, we never see, like, them... Like, this heist doesn't lead to a political takedown.
No.
And then there's also, like...
I think it's maybe smart, but...
It's smart, but it's also not smart if that's the B story that we're so heavy on. Like, I get it. Technically, these women would have never even interacted. Cool. There was no reason for them to have to kill this old guy then. It did nothing for furthering the plot, but just to be thrown away on, like, a radio sequence at the very end of the movie during, like, that new equilibrium period where you see, like, how the world has changed.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, no one really changed their current life after the heist.
Right.
There wasn't, like, a big boss battle, for lack of a better term, when it came to, like, Daniel Kaluuya's character. Yeah. Like, honestly, I would have really loved to see him, like... I would have wanted to see Michelle Rodriguez do what she does well in Fast and the Furious, and that's roll around on the floor with someone.
That's right.
I thought she was going to be in this movie to be, like, the muscle, because she's, like, the female Vin Diesel.
She is actually 100% that.
Like, her and Vin Diesel are definitely fraternal twins.
They fuck in those movies, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Neither of them have a neck. But... God, I hope to get her on this podcast one day. No.
Oh, my God. What a day that would be.
I thought, like, she'd be in this movie to be the muscle. Like, when I saw her be cast, I was like, all right, she's muscle. This is what this is for. No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, no, her character just didn't really work for me.
She didn't do anything.
I mean, and Michelle Rodriguez has, like, like we were saying before, has that weird screen presence that's, like, it's really fun to watch, but, like, it's kind of not good.
I mean, her screen presence is, like, the Fast and the Furious movies, it looked like those were movies where her character's trying to convince them that she's one of the boys. And then at the end, in, like, the last one, Vin Diesel's not on their side. She's like, you see? You guys needed me because you have him, and he's over there. And I'm over here, but I could fight him.
I've liked the last couple of times.
She'd be really good in a Western.
She would be.
Oh my god, I'm gonna write a Western for her.
She'd be really good on, like, she'd also be, like, perfect for, like, one of those CW superhero shows.
Oh my god, she'd be so good on Arrow.
Yeah, or like Batwoman when Batwoman comes out.
Didn't they already cast Batwoman?
Yeah, Ruby Rose is playing her.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Ruby Rose is actually
mediocre.
No, I would say similar, where she has this really, really fun presence, but, like, she's not a good actress.
I'm gonna give Michelle Rodriguez this one only because, like, the thing about Ruby Rose to me is, like, Ruby Rose comes on screen and does, like, nothing.
No, I know, but
I mean, like, you can tell they're holding up cue cards with her lines on it, but they're also, like, not changing them fast enough.
Whatever.
So she does this thing where she, like, rubs her neck to let them know that to change the cue card. Yeah, I found her formula.
Oh my god, okay. Maybe you're onto something. Ruby Rose is... They're also both queer women. I just realized that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, no, I mean, Ruby Rose is good. But Michelle Rodriguez kind of has that, like...
Well, Michelle Rodriguez can only do one thing.
Yeah.
And the one thing she does, she does it mediocrely. And this movie's proof that she does it mediocrely, because when this movie asks her to do it explicitly, she doesn't.
I don't know.
I'm like, how can you drop the ball on this?
I think she does it, but it's like, why was she in this movie?
Does she do it? Because, you know,
she's fun.
Here's what the problem that this movie also has is, this heist was too easy.
Yeah. I agree.
Like,
that's part of why
the thing about Ocean's 8 is that this heist was really hard for a group of really inequipped people to do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
This movie had clearly very equipped people do, like, level 1 of a heist game. Like,
how they were not equipped at all.
I mean, they were equipped enough where Cynthia Elvira knows how to run, Michelle Rodriguez can lift a bag, okay. Elizabeth Debicki can shoot a gun, and Viola Davis can yell.
All the women in Ocean's 8 were very well equipped. More so
all the women in Ocean's 8 were feigning equiption. They were equiption is a word now.
They all had, like, skills.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, those air quotes on the word skills there. What I'm saying with this movie is, like, I just feel like this heist should have been a little harder. It shouldn't have. You know what would have been really cool if on the night of the debate, this guy really stacked his house up so no one put a pipe bomb in his house.
Yeah, fair enough. But no, you're right. Just, like, the actual heist itself is not very interesting.
Or, you know what would have been really cool if, like, Daniel Kaluuya's character is like, I'm gonna get this money for me. And you know who's standing at the safe? This dude. And he's fighting these 4 chicks, and, like, he's kicking them in the face, and they're clawing his face, and, like, he's trying to stab them, they're trying to stab him. Like, that would have been cool.
I think you just like to rewrite movies.
I do. That's literally what I do. I sit in theaters and I go, well, how can I fix this? I'm a fixer, Katie. I fix people. No, but, like, that would have been, like, a really cool moment for this film, and I feel like it didn't have that. I think that, like...
Yeah, it doesn't have that pop of, like... Not that
Act 3 dissolves like sand in, like, in an hourglass. Like, at the end, it drops real fast.
Yeah.
Like, Act 3 ends way too quickly. I mean, the movie itself isn't that long.
No. It felt long.
That B-plot about their son wasn't needed.
No.
Because it did nothing. Like, I don't care about how shitty your marriage is.
There were so many B-plots.
Liam Neeson showing up at the very end, like, I need this money. Yeah. And then she's like, no. And then he hits her, and then she shoots him. I was like, oh.
I liked that she killed him.
I was like, so, you know, it would have been really great if he was at the safe. If there was someone standing at the safe, that would have been so much better of this movie for me, because it would have made this a little difficult. I think watching this, I was like, as they were, like, picking up the bags and running, I was like, that was...
easy.
It was great when it was, like, when they were putting in the code and it wasn't going through. Yeah. What would have been great if security guards came up. Something to make this more difficult. I think the thing about heist movies is that there's always a point when the bad guys close in where, like, the heist is done. The heist is horrible. Like, everything's gone wrong. This isn't going to work. We have our backs against the wall. Now we have to come out of it. The thing that doesn't work in heist movies is where it's like, oh, the paper was upside down. Because it also kind of takes away the power from the characters, because it seems as if, like, the characters could only have done this easy job. Like, it gives your character more power when they do something against all odds. Mm-hmm. And still come out on top, even when at the 0 hour, in the most in the most pivotal moment, everything goes wrong. Yeah, like, that would have been great. Elizabeth Debicki she gets shot here, and she comes out on top. Like, she was really the only character to me that I was like, it was worthwhile for.
Fair enough.
I think everyone else was just... It would have been great if Viola Davis's dog got murdered. I thought that was going to happen because she's carrying around this fucking dog everywhere. But this dog was only used as a homing beacon on, like, Liam Neeson.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
No, I don't know.
Why was its name
right.
Olivia?
No, you're right. I don't think Act 3 totally comes together just because, like, there's just I hate saying it like this, but there just, like, isn't enough action.
Why give this other politician a posse if he's only going to use it once?
But also, like, there just wasn't enough, like, action.
There was not.
Like, and not that I need, like, a giant action scene, but I was just like, it felt like there should have been something. Like, it felt like there should have been something a little bit more, like, dynamic or fluid rather than, it was pretty, like, the directing, the style of this movie is so straightforward that it, like, was boring, and that bleeds into the way the movie ends, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, do you have any final words for Widows?
Not really. Viola Davis is great. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, Viola Davis was great. Elizabeth Debicki did a really good job.
Yeah, she was great too.
Michelle Rodriguez would really benefit for some acting classes.
Cynthia, but I also I don't want her to go to them because then we'll be robbed of like whatever she's doing.
You know what? The one thing I don't want? I don't want her to be in a Wonder Woman movie playing like a villain and giving me pseudo Batman.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would 100% watch that.
That's true. Watching her and Gal Gadot not understand each other in the Fast and Furious was always my favorite, so this would work.
Oh my god, I forgot that I always forget that Gal Gadot, like, was in...
Yeah, no, she also wants you to. Gal Gadot's making sure you forget.
Aww.
That's why she doesn't ever talk about it.
She's another person who's, like, not that great of an actress, but, like, God, Wonder Woman is so cool, and she's such a good Wonder Woman.
She's beautiful. The thing about Gal Gadot, it worked. The reason why Wonder Woman works...
Wonder Woman works for 1,000 reasons.
It works for 1,000 reasons. One of the reasons why it works the best is because she has no bad angles and no bad shots.
The way you're talking about Wonder Woman, you're objectifying her.
Exactly.
On a gay 100%. Male podcast.
Yes, 100%. No, she has no. I'm just saying she has no bad angles. No, like she's gorgeous. Like, and that's one of the things that
Wonder Woman works.
I'm saying that's one of the reasons why it works so well is because there's like the beauty behind the strength.
Yeah, no,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever.
But like Michelle Rodriguez doesn't have that beauty. Michelle Rodriguez looks like she eats flaming hot Cheetos for breakfast.
Oh my god! Don't attack her physical appearance.
No, not her physical appearance. I'm saying she looks like fucking Gridiron.
Oh my god,
she looks tough.
Yeah, no,
Michelle Rodriguez can beat me in a fight.
Yeah.
And I've been in many bar fights where I've won.
Oh god.
So like, yeah, no, I'm not saying like that's bad for Michelle Rodriguez. I'm saying like, I wish she was playing more roles like this, but correctly. Like, I wish she was doing it right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's doing it right.
Roles like this are in her wheelhouse. But I wish she was in her wheelhouse.
Introspection on Michelle Rodriguez's whole career.
Yeah, I'm going to write a paper on this now for fun. No, but I'm saying, like, roles like this are in her wheelhouse 100%. I wish that she was also in the wheelhouse itself.
Yeah.
Like, I wish she was in on the joke.
Okay.
It seems like we're doing this...
She is sometimes.
No, she's not. She doesn't get it.
She's done 8 Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah,
however many.
And each Fast and the Furious movie, she's keeping up with Vin Diesel. Here we were like, be Vin Diesel, and she was like, I'm gonna be Michelle Rodriguez trying to be Vin Diesel. We're like, no, be Vin Diesel. She's like, I'm gonna try.
I don't know.
To be Vin Diesel.
I think I disagree.
Well, she doesn't. So,
final thoughts on Widows for you.
It was great. The script could have.
It was great?
No. Not at all. I was saying it was great to that stretch I just did. The script could have benefited from, like, maybe another draft.
Yeah.
It could have benefited from another draft, or, like, maybe, like, a couple more pairs of eyes to look over it.
Yeah, it just, I don't think, like, nobody told Steve McQueen that he needed to insert, like, an action scene or something.
And I also think that, like, he didn't understand, like, the gold he had with, like, Cynthia Erivo's character. Yeah. If Cynthia Erivo and Michelle Rodriguez switched places, this movie would be so much stronger.
Very different movie.
If Cynthia Erivo's character took Michelle Rodriguez's role, Michelle Rodriguez was the driver.
Yeah.
This would have been a totally different movie. It would have been better.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna tweet them.
That's a lot of...
I'm gonna tweet all of them.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm going to tweet everybody involved.
How many huffs on Widows?
2.5. Out of 5, 2.5.
I'm going to go 3.
It's a good 50% for me.
I'm going to go 3.
Okay.
I liked it. But
I did. I didn't hate it.
I liked it.
It was cool.
I was really, really excited for it, and it did not meet my expectations.
It was a birthday party I was happy I was invited to, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what that means.
It was just like I was happy to be in the room, but like I could have also been other places.
That's fair. I understand that sentiment now.
Okay.
All right, Josh. So what is your recommendation?
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to tell you that this week I was fucking torn. I have 6 recommendations I want to give, but I'm going to give one. Okay. So I have recommendations for the next 6 weeks. So
that's fine.
Excited.
I wrote down a bunch. I have a bunch too.
The recommendation I'm going to give right now, because I've noticed that like for the streaming service that I've neglected to give, to all my Hulu viewers out there, let's take a minute to talk about Hulu. No, I'm kidding. There's a movie there that I think was one of my favorite movies when it came out. 100%. It is young adult. It's directed by...
Diablo Cody wrote it?
Yeah, she did. It's directed by Jonathan Reitman is his name?
Jason Reitman?
Jason Reitman, yes. It's a J name.
Jason Reitman just came out with that other movie, The Frontrunner.
We might not be thinking the same person because did he do Tully?
I don't remember who did Tully.
The same person that did Young Adult.
Really?
Yeah, I'm about to tell a story about that. Nah, this just fucked my story up. I'm kidding. No, it didn't.
It's Jason Reitman.
Yes.
Young Adult.
Jason Reitman did Young Adult, Juno, and Tully.
I don't think he did Tully.
Yes, he did. And I'm going to tell you why he did Tully.
Wow, he directed 2 movies this year. Oh, that's why I didn't think... Because I know he had just come out the front.
Okay, so let me tell you a fun little story. So, like, this movie is part of, like, a fan-created, quote, trilogy because Diablo Cody wrote Juno, Young Adult, and Tully. Yeah. And she's worked with Jason Reitman each time. And so Charlize Theron did Young Adult and she did Tully. The thing about Young Adult is that it's just one of those movies where, like, the main character's a villain. It came out around the same time as Bad Teacher. And it worked because we were watching these women be horrible people, but for some reason we were still rooting for them for some reason. And, like, it's a really cool movie. It's just about this novelist who goes back home to get back with her high school boyfriend after seeing that him and his wife had a baby. Like, that's the premise. Yeah, no, she's like, I'm gonna get him back, even though he's happily married. But, like, yeah, I mean, it's got Patton Oswalt. Charlize Theron is an amazing lead here.
I remember Patton Oswalt is, like, really great in that.
He's great in it. Patrick Wilson is really good in it. Like, it's he's just so like hot. It's a really good movie. It coined the term Kentaco Hut for, like, a place that's a KFC, a Taco Bell, and a Pizza Hut together. It coins the term Kentaco Hut, which is amazing.
Never heard that.
Yeah, it's been part of my, like, repertoire forever because of that. But it's just one of those movies, like, it has really good lines. It creates its own little, like, world, which is cute and it's fun. It's a movie where, like, they use the term, he's the most happy cripple in this town and he's a piece of shit. Like, it's great. Like, it's one of those movies that, like, you feel, like, okay to be unapologetically a bad person watching.
Yeah. Charlize Theron is also so good at delivering those kinds of lines.
Yo, yeah. Charlize is, she's great at that. Really like, great. It's a very human movie. Also, it's, like, one of those movies that, like, it feels like you're watching... It feels kind of like The Office in a movie form where, like, it's very, like, lowbrow, down to earth. You can tell for a fact, like, the budget wasn't very much, but they use it very well. And I mean, yeah, it's also, I was watching it again the other day and, like, it's very interesting cinematically. Like, the cinematography is very interesting. Like, the way that shots are used and things like that are they're used in a very weird way. I really like it. Okay. It's a very off-kilter film. That's the thing about it. Everything in the movie is slightly off-kilter. Yeah. And you're supposed to feel, like, uneasy the whole movie. Like, I remember there's a really big scene that happens towards the end. Like, I almost couldn't even watch it. Like, again, because I was just like, oh my god, this is really bad. I feel skeezy. So yeah, but it's great. Like, I think everyone should definitely give it a watch because it's definitely one of those movies that, like, at the end of it, you're like, man, that was real. It's a very dark comedy. That's the thing. That's my wheelhouse is dark comedy. So that's the thing I really like about it.
Okay. I liked Young Adult. I remember liking it. I don't think I, like, loved it or anything. But
oh, well, it's on Hulu, so.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu, so.
My recommendation this week is a new film that just came out. It came out on Netflix. It's a Netflix film. The Coen Brothers is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on.
I wanted to see Buster Scruggs really badly, so I'm excited that it's on Netflix.
Yeah, well, it was originally a Netflix movie, and then it came into theaters. Because basically, here's what
it's
happened.
A Coen Brothers Western.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
It's an anthology too.
Yeah, that's exciting.
But here's what happened with the release of it. Because Netflix is trying to get Oscars for Roma, they released it in theater. They're releasing Roma in theaters actually next weekend. I love Roma. You should really see Roma.
I'm gonna see it. Okay.
They did the same with Buster Scruggs, just to be like fair and do that with all the movies that they're releasing this fall, so that the theatrical run of the movie is like longer and like more people are driven to the theater to see it there, as opposed to watching at home. But no, it's it's an anthology, so yeah, not every story is an A+, but a good number of them are really, really good.
Can I tell you like a really cool, fun little quick story about me and the Coen Brothers?
Sure.
So in my film criticism capstone course in film school, pretty much the premise of the thing was you're gonna write every week you're gonna write 30 pages on a topic of your choice.
30 pages.
But you pick one topic, and it was like different facets of each topic. Like
you're writing 30 pages a week?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was nuts. Maybe not 30 pages, but I know I was writing like a shit ton.
That's like an insane amount of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. It was a shit ton.
Okay.
But like, so like my topic I picked was the Coen Brothers because Hail Caesar had just came out, and I was like, I want to learn everything I can about the Coen Brothers. So pretty much every single week I was watching a different Coen Brothers movie. Okay. So I pretty much have seen all their movies back and forth multiple times, and yeah, so like it's really weird. Like I feel like I have this like interesting little connection with them where like. Yeah. Every time I see something, I'm like super excited about it. Like, did you know that they reworked the script for Bridge of Spies? One of them did. I think it was Ethan.
Yeah.
Which was very exciting, and it made it a lot better.
Bridge of Spies is an okay movie.
Well, it would have been way worse if they didn't come in. So
maybe. But no, Buster Scruggs is really fun. There's a lot of the segments are like they range wildly in tone and everything. There's one that's like kind of supernatural that Tim Blake Nelson stars in. That's just like really goofy and fun. And then there's one that's like borderline like No Country for Old Men level of like darkness.
Oh, nice.
And there's a great one that's like very surrealistic and. No, it's a really, really fun collection of stories. If you like the Coen Brothers, you kind of get a lot of them. They do really. Does
this have like a really big cast? Because like Hail Caesar showed how great they can do with a big cast.
Yes. Well, yeah, because it's 6 different stories.
They do with things like that. They do very well in like.
Have they done something like this before?
Well, I mean, when you think about it, Hail Caesar had a bunch of like little stories within it, leading up to like the main big story.
That's fair.
This was just like 6 separate different stories.
Yeah, like an anthology.
Okay, nice.
So like yeah, there's a lot of good people in it. I might as well look at it. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Yeah, Liam Neeson, James Franco, Zoe Kazan. Clancy Brown, Brendan Gleeson. Oh my god, Brendan Gleeson is so good in it. Tom Waits. Oh, Tom Waits is also so good in it. Tim Blake Nelson, Tyne Daly. Yeah, no, it's a really, really good cast. And if you like the Coen Brothers, I mean, it is essentially them. It's like if you really like them, they're essentially like giving you exactly what you want from a Coen Brothers movie, 6 different times. So if you like certain types of Coen Brothers movies or like different tones of theirs, you will get it in this movie. I mean, if you don't like the Coen Brothers, you're wrong.
True, they're very great at what they do.
So yeah, that's my recommendation. It just showed up on Netflix, I believe, on Friday. So it is available there now.
Nice, yeah.
It's not insanely long. It's like a little over 2 hours, but you're getting 6 full stories.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my recommendation.
Nice. I think that's it.
All right. Yeah, that's it. This has been Poppers and Popcorn. Next week, we're going to review The Favorite.
The Favorite. Oh, yeah, we are doing... Okay, we're going to do The Favorite next week.
The Favorite.
Nice. I'm excited.
Should be great. I'm so excited for that movie. One of my best
But also,
friends...
I feel like this week is going to... Hopefully this week coming up is going to be another fucking crazy news week.
I doubt it. It's Thanksgiving.
I know.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, Thanksgiving. Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Or whatever.
All right. We'll talk to you next week about The Favorite, which is another queer film.
All right, guys. Have fun. Don't die.
Bye-bye.
Bye.